I wish we would start talking about sin a bit more in depth. And I really mean like the sins that keep us from experiencing God fully. Um, I think we like to talk about sin as a topic and theme in terms of, well, make sure you don't keep sin and make sure you don't entertain sin, like wrestle with that sin, like wring it out, take it out of your heart. But we never name the sin. I think when we talk in groups and we talk in certain settings, and because there's no trust, maybe, or because there's something missing, but one of the things that I find is that we don't like to put a name on it. And for some of us, that's probably what's keeping us. We're not sharing and confessing our sins to each other. And like one of the biggest struggles I have is lust. Lust is, especially for men, it's the greatest killer. Um, and it manifests in various ways in people's lives. And I think too many men are like, yeah, man, I'm struggling with some sin at the moment. I'm just trying to overcome it. What is that sin? What is it? Call it by its name. Um, and if it weren't for certain boys I have in my life, I would always just act as though it's not there. And if you look at the church, people that run the church, the men who are in charge, it is the sin of lust that's breaking so many relationships, that's distorting the image of leadership and authority in the church. But if we were to start talking about sin, not just as like this blanket term sin, but lust, envy, hate, if we were just to talk about these things and dissect them and really analyze and say, in this church, this is the sin that's crippling us. This is the sin that's choking us from the inside out. So many boys in the church are dealing with lust. And we're not even allowed to talk about it in church. Just call it sin. Can't talk about self gratification, although I would like to use another word. Watching porn. Man, I can't even believe everything is censored these days on TikTok, so I can't say nothing. But all of these things that we are struggling with, and hey, the women are in this category too. But if we can't have these conversations in church, let's create these spaces where we have these conversations, because I can see the liberation when people can actually say, I've been dealing for this for 25 years. I've been dealing with this all my life. And you can actually say that, and no one is going to have a weird look on their face, and no one's going to like judge them, and no one is going to refer them to some prayer, whatever. Like let's talk about this, man. Like I said, church, it's not going to be about a building or a denomination. It's going to be about the doing